Hello and welcome to Wisdom Wednesdays. Today we're looking at Proverbs chapter 12, verse 23, and here's what it says. The wise don't make a show of their knowledge, but fools broadcast their foolishness. And let's do that one more time. The wise don't make a show of their knowledge, but fools broadcast their foolishness. Personally, I found it very painful to discover the truth of this proverb. Maybe you did too. When I was much younger, I was extremely sure of what I knew, and the language I used when I spoke it out was rarely humble and rarely open to other perspectives. At the same time, I also said things that just flatly were not true. And because people around me didn't call me on it, I believed that they believed me. It wasn't until much later that I got a really clear view of both of these things. I discovered so many places as I got older that I had been just flat wrong in my younger years about one thing or another, and realized that more mature people who had been around me had kindly just let me talk, let me spout off, and had not wasted their energy trying to persuade me otherwise at that unpersuadable point in my journey. I also encountered other folks who clearly just were not telling the truth, and clearly they thought I believed them because I didn't say anything, but really I just quietly listened and let the lies go. In those cases, it seemed pretty clear to me that addressing the lies would only result in pointless arguments and no real change. So I let it go. Each time I silently let some younger, very certain person spout about something they lacked the knowledge and experience to really nail down, then I remember the me that was the same way, and it's easy to have mercy. Each time I quietly let a lie wash on by me, I remember my own lies and the very patient people who surrounded me, till I got to the place where I was ready to deal with those. Let's be clear, I'm not saying that all certainty in younger people is foolishness. For sure, I know some people who are pretty wise much earlier in their journey than I was in mine, than I started to get wisdom in mine. But the truth of this proverb has made me more and more quiet the older I get. More willing to hear other people's perspectives, even and especially those with which I don't agree, and to just let the difference be there without needing to stomp on it to try to make it bend in my direction. And I'm more quicker to check myself when I'm tempted to defend my perspective or my honor by saying something that would, look pretty good, but wouldn't be fully true. There's a lot more to this verse, but that's where I start with it, and I'd sure be curious to hear where you do. Let's do the verse 3 times quickly to start to get it into our heads so that we can meditate on it this week, okay? Ready? The wise don't make a show of their knowledge, but fools broadcast their foolishness. And again, the wise don't make a show of their knowledge, but fools broadcast their foolishness. And one more time. The wise don't make a show of their knowledge, but fools broadcast their foolishness. That's all for this time. I will see you next week, wise ones.